This is lesson 5, and what I want to do this time is look for words with the ch sound at the end. Now, if you remember in an earlier lesson, we looked for this sound at the beginning of words, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that we can also find ch at the end. So let's go for an easy word, and this person sometimes flies on a broomstick. Can you think of who this might be? Let's have a think. Yeah, which? You might have read a nice book called Room on the Broom. So I'm going for my W, and I'm going for my vowel, wi. Now, is that all we need? What letter don't we actually hear when we say which, which, wit, which? I sometimes, when I'm thinking about it, think this witch likes a cup of tea on her broomstick. So if you can imagine yourself a witch on a broomstick with a cup of tea, that reminds you you need a T in the middle of the witch. So the witch was on the broomstick, and she was trying to catch things as she went past. So let's put back our I and our W. What do we need? Oh, we should have put our T back, really. We need catch, catch. So what letters do you think do we need? Write it down on your whiteboard or your piece of paper and pen, with your pen. Catch. And it's always that middle letter that catches us out. K, A, and again, catch, catch. So think again, you've got that little word cat first, and then you add ch, catch. I catch the ball. Now, don't fall into the trap of saying I catched the ball, because we all know that if we were saying, we'd say we caught the ball. So the word is I catch the ball, but if you were telling somebody what you'd done, you'd say I caught the ball. So that's just so we don't get too confused. Okay, now then I'm going to put the C back and the A back and think about another word we can make. Where could we keep a rabbit? Where could we keep it if we had one in a garden or in our backyard? We could keep a rabbit in a hutch. And do you see again, it's that T, hut. So the rabbit lives in a hut, hutch, a rabbit hutch. Okie doke, let's think of a different one. This is a building where sometimes you might hear people singing hymns or songs. You might have one attached to your school where you go for special occasions. Yep, got it? Try and write it on your whiteboard or your piece of paper. Church, ch. Now this word is quite special because it has a ch sound at the beginning and a ch sound at the end. But what makes that sound in the middle? Church. Let's have a look. Bit of a tricky one. Church. Ooh, look at that. Ch, ch, church. I go to church when it's harvest festival. I go to church at Christmas. They're the times you might go to church with school or at Easter. Let's put that other ch back. Making sure we put them in the same place each time, remember, because it makes it easier for us to find them again. And I'm thinking of another word. I reach out and I touch, touch. Bit of a tricky sound, this one. Easy to think of our initial letter, the first one, t. But we're thinking of what makes that sound. Perhaps a little bit tricky, this one. Touch, touch. I touch the letters with my fingers. Can make an easier word if I take out the U. And I think of something, if I shine a light to help me, I might go out on a dark night and have this with me to shine a light to find my way. To orch, to orch. I flash my torch to see the way. So we've used a lot of different vowels, a lot of different sounds to make different words this time, haven't we? If I were to go and collect something, if somebody said, could you go and, what about, let's have a little look, put those back. Oh, I've put my ch away by mistake, get that back out. Ch, come on ch, back you go. Could I fetch something from my tray? F, e, t. And again, it's that tricky T sound in the middle. Fetch, fetch. Because it would, if you look at it like that, fetch, that's how it sounds, but it does need that T. So with a lot of these words, like hutch and which, they need that T, and catch. So don't forget catch with the T in it. Okay, I want to add another one. I'm thinking of smaller words now, so let's get rid of these, make them a little bit easier. Okay, so let's go for much, much, much. There we are, much. We can take away that M and put another letter in, hovering around here. What does that say? Can you read it out for me? I'm putting that into a sentence. It is such a long time since I've seen my friends. Such. I'm looking forward to seeing them all. Very much. Because it has been a long time, hasn't it, since we've seen them? So let's just remind ourselves of the words we've had today. Just quickly, we had, I'm going to get my T back for those words. We've had, let's have a look, hutch. Don't know where that E came from. We'll put that back. We've had, where's my W gone? Which. And I'm just going to put one of my other children, TM, he told me that if you put a T in front, the witch had a twitch. He took the tw away, and she also had an itch. So see how you can have fun word building. Make a list of the words we've used today, and then could you put them in a sentence? Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget we used final ch at the end of a word. See you next time.